If you want to build credit fast, then both the Chime Credit Builder Credit Card and Extra debit cards can help you speed up that process. With personal credit scores affecting every part of our lives, from finding a place to live to buying a car or getting a mortgage, it's important to keep your score high so you can qualify for the best rates. Because just having a good score as opposed to a poor one can save you thousands of dollars on events like getting a car. So what better way to build up your credit score with one of these cards, which both require no credit checks. Even though there are no formal credit checks, meaning you'll save a few points since there's no hard pull on your existing credit report, the two cards have different ways to ensure that you're able to pay off your charges. First off, Chime is a fintech company that was founded on the idea of making everyday banking and payment services helpful, easy, and free. So not only do they have their flagship Credit Builder credit card, they also offer a checking and savings account too, while partnering with banks to ensure your money will be FDIC insured. Now, in order to qualify for their card, you first have to open up one of their checking accounts and have a qualifying direct deposit of over $200. This is likely to ensure that you at least have some sort of income coming in. Their checking account does come with a simple debit card that has no fees and no minimum balances, with access to using ATMs at over 60,000 locations without having to pay any fees. So once you've opened up the account and made the qualifying direct deposit, then you can sign up for their Chime Credit Builder credit card with no credit checks, no annual fees, and no interest on any of your purchases. Yes, this card offers no interest on any of your purchases because it's set up like a unique secured card, so you technically never accrue any debt. This might sound similar to some other secured credit cards out there, but most of these cards require you to have a minimum deposit, whereas on the Chime card, the amount is up to you and gets put towards your purchases with no minimums. And unlike traditional credit cards where you put charges on the card, and if you don't pay it off at the end of each month, you'll get charged interest anywhere from 20 to 25% APR. With the Chime card, you actually move money into the card first, and then it uses that money to pay off any of your purchases. Meaning you never actually take on any debt, and all of your payments are 100% on-time payments. Tack on the fact that they report to all 3 credit bureaus, you can increase your credit score fast because payment history makes up the largest part of your credit score at 35%. You also don't have to worry about the amounts owed section of your credit score with this card because they never report utilization to the credit bureaus. That way you don't have to worry about spending at or near the credit limit you have and having it affect your credit score. Usually with traditional credit cards, say you have a $5,000 credit limit, then you'll want to stay under about $1,500 of that because you want to stay under the recommended 30% utilization ratio. So overall, the Chime Credit Builder lets you move in an amount of your choosing into the card to act as your credit line to then pay for the purchases you put on the card. Then they also report to all 3 credit bureaus that you have 100% on-time payments, as well as help the length of your credit history the longer you have this card open. All with no annual fees, no interest charges, no maintenance costs, and no international charges, so you can spend using this card worldwide without having to pay the usual 3% in foreign transaction fees. Once you're a user of this card, you can actually go for the metal card through the challenge of using this card for 40 purchases over a 60-day period. And from the looks of it, it looks pretty clean, especially for a card with no fees whatsoever. However, unfortunately, that's really all for the Chime Credit Builder card because it doesn't have any sort of reward system baked in, unlike the Extra Credit Building Debit card. Extra, just like Chime, is a fintech company and partners with other FDIC insured banks to offer products like the debit card. Though in this case, the debit card is Extra's only product and they don't have any checking or savings accounts. And so to get this card, again with no credit checks, you'll first link your bank, be it Bank of America, Chase, or one of their 10,000 supported banks. From there, Extra will qualify you and then use their algorithm to analyze your current balances in order to set a limit for you on the card, which will start off small, but over time and the more you use the card will gradually increase. And this is great because unlike some debit cards, you don't need to set up a checking or savings account and don't need a direct deposit like you do on the Chime card, meaning it's one less thing to have to keep in mind. It's also rare for a debit card to build credit because usually they just take out money directly from your account on all of your purchases. But with the Extra card, they actually spot you for the purchase first and then automatically withdraw from your account the next day as if you were paying it off, which is definitely not like a traditional debit card, but more like a charge card where you're not able to carry a balance and have to pay off the balance in full every interval. Then at the end of each month, they're able to compile all your purchases together in order to report to credit bureaus that you have 100% on-time payments, contributing to the 35% section of your credit score. Spending on this card is also safer for utilization because the ratio resets every single day as it's paid off every day. That way, if your spend power is $1,000 and you spend $50 a day, you don't have to worry about it adding up to the maximum because it'll reset back down to zero every single day. Though one thing to note is that Extra only reports to the two credit bureaus, Experian and Equifax, whereas Chime reports to all three, so including TransUnion. So not only is the Extra debit card the first debit card to help build credit, but it's also rare that a debit card offers rewards as well. Most credit cards, like the Chime card we covered earlier, focus on helping you rebuild your credit instead of having bells and whistles like offering rewards or other things. But on the Extra card, you'll be getting 5 points for every dollar you spend on the card, where each point is worth 20 cents, which essentially means you're getting 1% back on your spend if you redeem for maximum value. And I say if redeem that way because you have to redeem through their reward shop, which CNBC reports having popular items like electric toothbrushes, card games, gift cards, and AirPods. Having all of these perks on a card with no credit checks is amazing. But there's a catch. Extra charges a monthly fee to have this card with two options. The basic credit building plan will cost you $8 a month, which includes the card, 24/7 support, and their tracking app. Whereas if you want rewards, it'll be bumped to $12 a month. Though you can get a 25% discount if you pay for these plans yearly instead. With these differences, I think the extra $4 a month to get the rewards is only worth it if you can get that amount in rewards every month or more. If you were to redeem these points at max value, so getting 1% return on your spend, then you'll need to spend about $400 a month in order to recoup those $4 in rewards. So double check how much you spend every month before deciding which of these plans to go for. Now, between these two cards, how do you know which card is better for you? Usually a decision like this depends on your specific situation, but in this case, I personally believe that the Chime Credit Builder card is the winner here. I mean, both cards will be easy to get with no credit checks required and will help you build your credit score by always reporting 100% on-time payments to the credit bureaus, as well as helping you keep a good utilization ratio, both of which make up over half of a person's credit score. However, Chime does report to all three credit bureaus, whereas Extra only reports to two, though CNBC says that they are speaking with TransUnion as well. But the major perk of the Chime card is that it requires no annual fees or no fees at all, and lets you use it internationally without paying foreign transaction fees too. You can't actually use the Extra card internationally even if you wanted to. The $84 a year for the Extra card can just be better off helping pay off your own debt or purchases on your credit card. And the extra cost to even have rewards in the first place may not even be worth it, especially if you don't need anything from their store. All these reasons is why I'll recommend going with the Chime card over the Extra card for building your credit. However, that's really only if you can't qualify for other cards out there. That's because credit building cards are for just that, credit building and don't have a lot of extra bells and whistles like rewards or protections. And if you're able to qualify for other credit cards, even the most basic ones out there will give you 2% cash back on all of your spend with no limits and no annual fees, as well as getting hundreds of dollars in sign-up bonuses just for spending a few $100s in a few months. So check out these videos for other entry-level credit cards that can offer you way more rewards for no additional cost. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over there.